Lesson 1, 2, 3. Prince Bolonataki Mahadi Biki Jai. Let us all stand. Let us clasp our hands together, close our eyes, bow our heads. Let us concentrate on the form of Bhagavan Shiva. So for this few moments, please leave the chit-chat along. I don't want to hear you from where I am. Focus on what you're about to do. Let us concentrate on the form of Bhagavan Shiva as we commence our devotion for tonight. सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि ॐ साचयन्मूर्ते संयुतं वहिनायोदितं विहारदेवस्य त्रयोक्यतिविरापः यानि तानि जपानि जन्मन्तरकृतानि च तानि तानि विनश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा परे परे शिव ओंकारा जय शिव ओंकारा जय शिव ओंकारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु पराशर हरे नम के धारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु पराशर हरे नम के धारा जय शिव ओंकारा हरे शिव ओंकारा जय शिव ओंकारा हरे शिव ओंकारा एकानन चतुरानन पंचानन राजे एकानन चतुरानन पंचानन राजे पंचानन गरुड़ासन वृषवाहन साजे पंचानन गरुड़ासन वृषवाहन साजे गोबुध ज्ञानी चतुर्भुज दशभुज अति सोहे गोबुध ज्ञानी चतुर्भुज दशभुज अति सोहे रूप निरंता त्रिभुवन मोहे रूप निरंता त्रिभुवन मोहे ओम हरे 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 महादेव ओम हरे 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 महादेव जय शिव ओंकारा हरे शिव ओंकारा जय शिव ओंकारा हरे शिव ओंकारा अक्षमाला वनमाला मुनमाला धारी अक्षमाला वनमाला मुनमाला धारी कंचन मृगमद सोनी बाल शशिधारी कंचन मृगमद सोनी बाल शशिधारी पीताम्बर पीताम्बर स्वागंबर अंगे पीताम्बर पीताम्बर स्वागंबर अंगे संहारिक जनकारिक पूजनिका Friends, Bolo, Mahapati Mahadev Ki Jai. Take your seats, please. I, on behalf of the management and the members of the Sri Parameshwari Durga Devi Ashram Incorporated, extend the most cordial welcome to tonight's devotion, tonight's special devotion. And I must say I'm very happy to see so many of you took the time, come early to perform your Shiv Shakti Puja. You know, this is a tradition that is dying off in our year. Yes. Normally when it is advertised and the invitation is extended, only a Yajman and probably one or two other individuals will take part. But I'm very happy to see that the invitation was well accepted and you all participated actively in your devotion. As Guru Puran keep mentioning, when karma is being judged, only active devotion brings results. Inactive participation brings no results. Special welcome to Pandit Devendra, to members of the Saraswati Sangeet Bhakti Mandali, and to all of you devotees taking time off from your personal life to come and join us in the glorification of Bhagwan. Tonight's devotion, tonight's discourse taken from the pages of the Shiv Puran. And we look at one of the symbols of Bhagwan Shiva and try to understand that symbol of him, of his, and the power and authority of that symbol that is associated with Bhagwan Shiva more than any other deity. But before we go into the depths of tonight's discourse, let us clasp our hands together, close our eyes, bow our heads. Let us contemplate on Bhagwan Shiva in the company of Devi Parvati, Ganesh, Kartikeya, all the devatas, they all gathered. We join that assembly now as we too worship Bhagwan. Let us concentrate on Bhagwan in the form of a lingam. Since we have performed Shiv Shakti Puja, now we glorify the lingam today. Concentrate on Bhagwan in the form of the lingam. Saurashte Somanatancha Shri Shaile Mallikarjuna Ujjainyam Mahakalam Omkaram Mahaleshwaram Pavalyayo Vaidyanathancha Dakinyam Devashankara Setu Vandetu Rameshwar Nageshwar Garudanave Varangasya Tu Vishveshwar Trambakam Gautamevate Himalye Tu Kedaram Usro Nesam Shivalaye Etani Jyotirlingani Sayat Rata Prate Naraha Sapta Janma Pritam Papam Smare Nityam Vinashyati इति श्री द्वादश शिव ज्योतिर्लिंगा संपूर्णम्। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मोक्षेयमामृतात्। ॐ ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विचे नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दयारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। ॐ कात्यायनी च विद्महे कन्याकुमारी च धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गे प्रचोदयात्। प्रेम से बोलो जगदम्बिका माता की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। Again, special welcome to all of you. Tonight's this devotion again taken from the Shiv Mahapuran. And tonight we look at that episode from Shiv Puran that describes to us the most famous symbol, or one of the most famous symbols of Bhagwan Shiva. In your opinion, what is the most important symbol to Bhagwan Shiva? Huh? If you see it, you know definitely it's Lord Shiva. Huh? Yeah, then because I tell all the way I'm going to say this tonight. The lingam is the most important symbol to Shiva. It represents Shiva. The Trishul is not unique to Lord Shiva. There are other deities that hold the Trishul in their hand. But it is second in symbolism to the lingam. After the lingam, the Trishul of Lord Shiva becomes synonymous with Bhagwan himself. And have you ever asked yourself, where did Bhagwan Shiva get this Trishul from? What is the symbolism of the Trishul? What is the power and authority that is wielded in the Trishul? So much so that even up to our modern times, in certain institutions, not only in India but in the Western world, the Trishul is used as a symbol on their monograms. Lord Shiva was not always known for being the wielder of the Trishul. Actually, if we go here in the pages of the Krishna Yajurveda, that is the second half of the Yajurveda, in the famous Rudram, in the Namak part of the Rudram, Lord Shiva is described as the wielder of the bow. And in this stotra, the first verse of the stotra, it starts the invocation to Bhagwan Shiva in the form of Rudra avatar. And it's saying, O Rudra, do not aim your deadly arrows at us. Keep them at bay. Protect us. Let our family multiply. Let our food multiply. Let our grains multiply. And so the stotra goes on. So in the Vedic literature, Bhagwan Shiva was first identified with the bow. Later on, he became associated with the Trishul. And after attaining the Trishul, that became his most potent and important weapon of choice in his battles with the demons. Lesson 1, 2, 3, go. But how did Bhagwan Shiva get this Trishul? Where did it come from? And how did it get its power? Let us answer some of those questions tonight. Sanat Kumar is asking these questions to Sri Sukadev Maharaj, the son of Vedyas. And let us hear what Sri Sukadev Maharaj has to say. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Rudradev Pinakayat Dhanupanti Adhar Brahmadishu Visatikaya Paveda Anadar. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadev ke Jai. Bhagwan Shiva had just returned from battle and he carries the Dhanushban with him. That is the bow and the arrow. And upon his return, he was greeted by Brahma and Vishnu. And Shiva now, three of them are sitting down and they're talking. They're talking about very often the demons will rise up and threaten the stability of the cosmos. And very often they will have to intervene on behalf of Dharma, on behalf of the Devatas, on behalf of the Sadhus, on behalf of the Holy Ones, and re-establish Dharma from time to time. And to do this, they are discussing amongst themselves the potency of the weapons they must have. And so Lord Brahma says, by the blessings of the Shakti Imam, I have in my possession the Brahmastra. And according to Dhanush Ved, it is one of the most potent among the divine the divine weapons, to the extent to which it is described as being a nuclear weapon by modern day standards. Vishnu is stating that through the power of the Divine Mother, the Sudarshan Chakra continuously keeps revolving and is energized. And at a mere glance of his, the chakra is released and does its job and return. And then Bhagavan Shiva is comparing now. If this is Brahma's weapon and this is Vishnu's weapon, I have the Dhanush Ban with me. I have to infuse my energy into this arrow through the medium of mantras and then release the arrow. The other two weapons has its own energy. The Brahmastra, once it's invoked, it has to be discharged. And Vishnu just said, by a mere glance of his, the chakra is released. It does its job and return. Shiva has to take the arrow, place it at the bow, activate it with a mantra and then release it. And he's saying, I need something more efficient. And not just efficient, but will establish the authority of Dharma once it is used. And so, both Brahma and Vishnu, they are saying, well, they got theirs as reward from the Divine Mother. Shiva takes the hint and he makes his way to Meru mountain. And there, on the peaks of the Meru mountain is a mountain range. It is not just one mountain peak alone. It is described, in Surush Puran it describes the Mount Sumeru in detail. It is a mountain range made of many peaks. Some of it is covered with ice, some of it is tropical in nature, some of it is volcanic in nature. And so Lord Shiva takes his seat on one of the volcanic peaks and he starts performing tapasya. And let us hear what happens. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah Sumeru Parvatakaya Shiva Chalatapatya Shiva Yogika Asmitikaya Namah Shivaya. Om 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 Namah Shiva, he takes his seat on one of the volcanic peaks of the Meru mountain. And there thousands of divine years pass. And the tapasya Bhagwan Shiva keeps intensifying. And as he keeps intensifying, the aura that emanates from his body causes the Lord to start to glow red in complexion. And with this red glow, the aura starts to shoot flames. The ground starts to become very hot. And so the volcanic peaks, the volcanoes there, they start erupting under the influence of this tremendous heat. The tapasya of Bhagwan Shiva was so terrible, there would be earthquakes. And so, as the volcanoes start erupting, the lava starts flowing. And as the lava flows, it flows down the peaks. And as it flows down the peaks, it runs into channels, it forms channels like rivers, and it flows downwards. But while this is flowing on both, Lord Shiva is like he captured in a little island like. The lava starts flowing in such a way that it surrounds him, but he's on a little island like. And his energy growing from his aura give him a very red, fiery look. And so he's locked in meditation. Who is he performing meditation unto? Shakti Aradhana. He's doing tapasya to please that supreme power. Para Brahma Shakti. He's meditating on that uncontrollable, untamable, that which you cannot capture, that energy, that which cannot be captured. Bhagwan Shiva is meditating on Adi Shakti, Jagadambika Mata. And so many years, thousands of years have passed. And so Bhagwan Shiva, he meditates on the Divine Mother. Devi Ma, pleased with the devotion of Bhagwan Shiva, she appears in front of him. Seated on that lion, that white tiger, 18 arms, the aura, her own brilliance outshone the sun. Surrounding her, the 64 yoginis, the Chausat yoginis. Chausat means 64. Forming part of the Shakti Sena, they are her Suryas. And appearing in this Virat, that unmanifested energy becomes manifested in this form in front of Bhagwan Shiva. And so from the heavens, all the devatas, they appear there with flowers in their hands. And they are looking, they're getting the darshan of the Divine Mother. And they're thinking to themselves how fortunate Bhagwan Shiva is. That he is getting a personal audience. He's in the company of the World Mother, Jagat Janani. This is indeed a very rare sight. And this is a discussion they are having amongst themselves. And so, the Divine Mother made her appearance there. Bhagwan Shiva, he puts his hands together, bows his head, and pays his obeisance to Jagadambika Mata. The Divine Mother, with a pleasant smile on her face, she says, "O Mahadev, what had prompted you to undertake such difficult tapasya? Why have you endured so much hardship? Tell me, what is your heart's desire?" And let us hear what Bhagwan Shiva has to say. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Prince Bolo Mahapati Mahadev ki Jai. And so Bhagwan Shiva, permitted by the Divine Mother to ask, Varadan Mango, ask for what you want. Bhagwan Shiva is saying, O Devi, O Mata, I am assigned the task in your creation of destroying all that is unrighteous and recycling the creation itself when it has come to an end. But I have no tool potent and efficient enough to let me do this in a very efficient manner. Unlike Brahma and Vishnu, which are well equipped with tools to do their work properly, I have not yet been blessed with that Shastra, or that weapon, by which I can destroy the demons, destroy all those and all of that which transgress Dharma and Dharmic laws. I cannot establish the authority of Dharma because I have no such tool. Give me in your, O Mata, give me that tool which in your opinion, which will allow me to do my work efficiently. So what Bhagwan Shiva was asking for, he was asking to give him the resources that he needs to do his job effectively. And Lord Shiva, in the Trinity of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, Brahma is responsible for what? Creation. Isn't that so? Vishnu is responsible for sustenance, to sustain the creation. And Shiva is responsible for reabsorbing, recycling the creation. And so Bhagwan Shiva is saying to give him an instrument, a tool that will allow him to do this more efficient than he is doing right now. Give me that tool, O Ma, where the devotees, those who uphold righteousness upon seeing it, will be infused with vigor and their faith will become more steadfast. But those who are opposed to Dharma upon seeing it would fear, would tremble with fear. When the yogis look at it, they must see the symbolism of Advaita manifested in its form. And when those who are in the depths of ignorance, it will be a tool to shatter that ignorance and bring light to that wandering soul. So look at what Bhagwan Shiva is asking for. Is he asking for something just to go about the place, kill and destroy? No, he's asking for a tool. It will give protection, it will eradicate all threats, and at the same time help the devotees, or give a sense of security and allow progress to take place. But this is what he's asking for. And so the Divine Mother, understanding the intentions of Bhagwan Shiva, what did she do? From the fire, all that fire around, she decides to use the natural resources. She raises her index finger into the volcano and makes a spiral. And as she makes that spiral, what do you think is doing? Pulling up the lava. She takes the lava with her hands and fashions that Trishul. Out of that molten rock, out of all of that fire, she draws upon the lava of the mountain, of the volcanoes on Mount Meru, and created the Trishul. Fiery by nature, she then infuses, through her third eye, she then infuses her own energy, her own potency into the Trishul and handed over to Bhagwan Shiva. Says, "O Shiva, accept this as a gift from me to do your work. O Bhagwan, keep it with you at all times. However, part of its energy must return to me when I appear on earth." And as you would see in Devi Bhagavad, where the link Katha is, when the physical form of Durga Mata appeared to destroy Mahishasura, Lord Shiva had to draw a Trishul out of his own Trishul and give it to Durga Mata. So Devi Ma, she created a Trishul and she presented it to Bhagwan Shiva. And she's telling Bhagwan Shiva, "O Bhagwan Shiva, in this Trishul captures everything you request. O Mahadev, listen to its power as I describe its power and its authority." And let us hear what the Divine Mother herself says. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. प्रेम से बोलो जगदम्बिका माता की जय. And so Divine Mother, she starts describing the power of the Trishul. And the first thing she says, the Trishul embodies the three gunas. What are the three gunas? The Satugun, the Rajagun, and the Tamagun. That is, these qualities which fluctuate from time to time within the human mind that allows us to be virtuous, semi-virtuous, or totally demonic. The Trishul embodies within itself the three gunas. O Mahadev, in the hand of you, you will be the controller of the three gunas. And by controlling the three gunas, you will be able to guide your devotees, whether they are Danav, which is dominated by tamasic qualities, Manav, dominated by rajasic qualities, or Devtas, dominated by sattvic qualities. You will be able to guide these three categories of devotees towards moksha, towards their final goal. In Sanatana Dharma, the word moksha has different meaning depending on the level of interpretation and the degree of philosophy it's applied to. Moksha can mean the realization of your goals, the final outcome of an action, or from a purely spiritual point of view, the liberation of the soul from the cycle of birth and death. And Bhagavan Shiva is saying that by controlling the gunas, or controlling the fluctuations of the thought processes in the mind, and allowing the mind to be focused, you will be able to achieve your goals. Roga Nivaran or Rakshasa Maran is the other quality of the Trishul. Roga means what? Rog. If you're rogi, which means to say you're sick, right? Sickness. Whether it's physical sickness, mental sickness, emotional sickness, or society itself sick. Once there is sickness and disease around, then the Trishul can be used to eradicate those sickness. That is why sometimes when you come by Baba, if you don't use a peacock feather, he is use a Trishul, or he use a knife, which is knife and the Trishul means the same thing. And he will jarry you. So it has its healing properties. It is used as a symbol to heal. And depending on where you are, the healing can be different. If you are interacting in society and society is sick, then the symbol of the Trishul. That is why sometimes you see it at the top of temples and the dome. All the negativity stops right here. And once you enter the court, well, ideally, if it is well established and the appropriate pujas are done, where it is established, that ground becomes sacred, that ground becomes holy. That is why when you enter into mandirs and so on, you will bow, you will touch the ground. So it has the ability to destroy the sicknesses of the body, the mind, and the society. Rakshasa Maran, what that means? It destroys every Rakshas, literally means demons. Demons, like I keep telling you, does not mean some monster, something looking like a monster. It is not something physical. You could be the most beautiful person in appearance, but because your mind is crooked, that determines whether you're Devta or demon. It doesn't have nothing to how you look. It has how you behave, your attitude, your behavior. You know, you could dress up like a big time Swami or a big time Baba. Physically, that is how you look. But mentally, what goes on in your mind makes you a demonic person. What about Hitler? Hitler looked like a monster physically. He looked like a normal human being. He had 2 hands, he had 2 foot, he had a family, he had a human body. But his mind, would you say he had a Devta mind or a demon mind? Huh? Demonic mind. Millions died because of him. And that is an example of a demon. If you read Ramcharitamanas or you read Valmiki Ramayana, Ravan is described as being very fair in complexion, of Brahman Kul. He was the great grandson of Lord Brahma. Pulasta Muni was his grandfather. Pulasta Muni was Lord Brahma's son. And while he's described as being demonic in nature, he appeared very pleasant, like a normal human being. But his behavior made him the demon that he was. So these demonic traits, the symbol of the Trishul is used for protection. Remember when we read the Katha of Markandeya? When Bhagwan Shiva appeared from the lingam, when Markandeya hugged up the lingam, and Yamraj was about to throw the noose of death on his neck, and Bhagwan Shiva appeared there, what did he do? What did Lord Shiva do? Let me see, all who sleep away when I was reading. What did Lord Shiva do? Between Markandeya and Yamraj, he stood up and he placed the Trishul in front. Remember? Say no. He didn't remember. So he stood up, Bhagwan Shiva there, and he placed the Trishul, showing that he was protecting Markandeya. So the Trishul is used by Bhagwan Shiva to protect Dharma, to destroy anything and everything that threatens Dharma. That is why it is the most potent weapon of Bhagwan Shiva. When Shiva goes into battle from here onwards, he goes armed with the Trishul. And since the Trishul represents the gunas, it is the tamasic gunas, when it gets out of control, breeds the demonic qualities. And he being the one in control of that Trishul, he controls the tamasic qualities and brings them back into line by destroying the excesses. So the Trishul, it destroys all the demonic traits from our minds, our bodies. That is why on the day of Vijayadasami, that is the 10th day after this Navaratri that is upcoming. Navaratri, 9 days. On the 10th day of Vijayadasami, there's a special puja that is performed that is known as Shastra Puja, in which in the hands of the Divine Mother, each weapon is worshipped. And that is done specially on that day for those weapons of the Divine Mother to be protecting you and your family wherever you go. So Bhagwan Shiva, he uses this to protect his devotees and to protect creation and to allow creation to progress. In spiritual work, it is used as a symbol of healing. In our social work, it is a symbol of identity. Even in modern day India, the Shivite sect more than the Vaishnava sect, the Shivite sect, there are two distinguishing symbols that the Shivites use, and that is, the one is the Trishul and the other is the Tripunda. What is the Tripunda? And Tolias Lord Shiva had 3 lines running across the forehead. Right. So those are the symbols of Lord Shiva. And most of the Shivite sect, they will use these, integrate these 2 symbols somewhere in their logo or in their monograms. And its appearance in society lends to the stability of the society by eradicating all negative energy. So the Divine Mother presented the Trishul to Bhagwan Shiva and gave him the blessings of wielding the Trishul, and instructs him that, O Bhagwan, during the course of discharging of your cosmic duties, whether it's on a personal capacity to your devotees or at a universal level, let this be your prime tool, your primary tool that you use in your duties. And so saying, the Divine Mother, she handed the Trishul to Bhagwan Shiva. And then she continued to say, O Mahadev, because you have done such difficult tapasya, under the power of those terrible tapasya you have done, your body is transformed red, and there is fire all around. Accept from me today, you shall also be known in the Vedas and by your devotees as Kala Agni Rudra. So this is one of the names of Bhagwan Shiva, Kala Agni Rudraya. And when we perform the Rudram, the Rudram Homa, this is one of the form, this is Rudra, the form of fire that is invoked to accept that offering. And so saying, Bhagwan Shiva, he comes very happy and overjoyed. What did he do? He takes up his damadur that he carries with him. He starts to play with the play on the damadur, and there he starts dancing. As he starts to dance, the flames, you know, when you're moving, when you're spinning and you're dancing, they create air currents. You know, breeze, they create a little wind around where you are, right? The wind that he generates by the spinning motion starts to form an aura, a circle of flame around him. And so there is where the Nataraj, you get a fiery flame around him. And so performing the dance, Bhagwan Shiva, all the devatas now, they are marveling at this form of Bhagwan Shiva. Kala Agni Rudra, dancing, holding the Trishul in one hand and the Damadur in the other hand. And sometimes you'll see pictures of this. And dancing away like this. The Divine Mother, she's pleased as Bhagwan Shiva is rendering dance unto her. Worshiping her through the medium of dance. And all the devatas, they are charmed by the dance of Bhagwan Shiva. They start pouring flowers on him, and they're singing the praises of Bhagwan. So let us all join as we worship Bhagwan Shiva.
Dimita dimita dim, dimita dimita dim, nache bolana. 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 Nache bolana. Jimmy,
Great Sibalomapati Mahadev ki jai. And so like this, Bhagwan Shiva, he dances and dances. Then the Divine Mother, pleased with him, all the Devatas showered the flowers on him. Prem Sibalomapati Mahadev ki jai. She blesses Lord Shiva and says, "O Mahadev, go, be victorious in your pursuits." And so she disappeared. So that is how Bhagwan Shiva became the wielder of the Trishul. Previously, he had the bow with him, and now he has the Trishul. And there are other weapons that are unique to Bhagwan Shiva. We'll hear about them at some other time. So while Pawan is in progress, we will go to our group coming in from Rock Road and Tinal to render a bhajan or two, and then we will continue.
प्रेम किया गन हो भक्ति सगन हो मन में लगन हो तो प्रेम किया गन हो भक्ति सगन हो मन में लगन हो तो प्रभु लगाएंगे प्रभु लगाएंगे प्रभु लगाएंगे प्रभु लगाएंगे जो शरण जो कहो मन न को करुणा करो प्रभु श्री आएंगे प्रभु श्री आएंगे प्रभु श्री आएंगे प्रभु श्री आएंगे भक्ति करो प्रभु मिल जाएंगे प्रभु मिल जाएंगे प्रभु मिल जाएंगे प्रभु मिल जाएंगे
Principal Mahapati Mahadev ki Jai. Let us all stand as we have our Korean Mahapati. Let's clasp our hands together, close our eyes. Contemplate on Bhagavan Shiva. And you surrender all your thoughts, your ideas, your troubles, your difficulties at his lotus light feet. And for a few brief moments you remain focused, let the mind be calm and steady, with only the image of Bhagavan Shiva in your mind. Karunavataram Sansarasaram Bhujagendraharam Saravasantam Hridayaravikte Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Om Sadhe Pratisakta Varnayuni Paprihana Devasya Traivasya Jimirapaha Yani Tani Dapani Janvatara Kritani Tani Tani Vinashyanti Pradakshana Pare Pare Jai Shiva Om Kara Jai Shiva Om Kara Jai Shiva Om Kara Jai Shiva Om Kara Brahma Vishnu Saraswati Harange Dhara Brahma Vishnu Saraswati Harange Dhara Jai Shiva Om Kara Jai Shiva Om Kara Jai Shiva Om Kara Jai Shiva Om Kara Ekananda Chaturana Panchana Rara
साधन अनुराग विश्वमान साजे
दो भुज चारि चतुर भुज दस भुज वटी सोजे
दो भुज चारि चतुर भुज दश भुज अति सोहे
जिनो रूप निरखता त्रिभुवन जन मोहे
जिनो रूप निरखता त्रिभुवन जन मोहे
ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव जय शिव ओंकारा हर शिव ओंकारा जय शिव ओंकारा
हरे शिव ओंकारा
अक्षमाला वनमाला मुनमाला जारी अक्षमाला वनमाला चंदन मृग मद सोहे भाल शशिधारी
चंदन मृग मद सोहे भाला शशिधारी
पीतांबर पीतांबर बागंबर अंगे पीतांबर ब्रह्मादिक कनकादिक गोसरिका संगे ब्रह्मादिक कनकादिक ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव जय शिव ओंकारा हर शिव ओंकारा जय शिव ओंकारा हर मन कर मन और त्रिशूल मारे सारी जुबहारी पालनकारी सारी ब्रह्मा विष्णु तराश जानकी अधिदेवा ब्रह्मा विष्णु तराश वनवासत में शोभित ये तीनों एका वनवासत में शोभित त्रिगुण स्वामी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे त्रिगुण स्वामी की आरती सहत शिवानंद स्वामी मन वांछित पावे सहत शिवानंद स्वामी मन वांछित पावे ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव जय शिव ओंकारा हर शिव ओंकारा जय शिव ओंकारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदाशिव हरदम में धारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदाशिव हरदम में धारा जय शिव ओंकारा हर शिव ओंकारा जय शिव ओंकारा ओम हर 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 महादेव 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 ओम हर 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 महादेव।
As we come to an end of tonight's devotion, we give thanks to God for the opportunity to congregate, to perform our puja, to engage in bhajans and kirtan, and to engage in our discourse. We seek forgiveness if there may be any errors committed. Lastly, we ask to have our desires fulfilled, all obstacles removed from our daily life. Mangalam Parameshwari Ma, Mangalam Ashitoshi Ma, Mangalam Sarva Shakti Ma, Mangalam Durga Devi Ma, Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhu cha Saka Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Ravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janardanam Yat Pujatam Maya Deva Paripurnam Tarasu Me Kayena Vacha Manasrendriyeva Buddhyatmana va Prakriti Swabhagya Karoni Atyam Sakalam Tarasmai Narayanete Samarpayami, Narayanete Samarpayami. Om Shanti, 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 ये मंत्र मन है ओम शांति ये बनी मंगल बनी है